headphones ready?
Hello, Reina number 19. Congratulations on making it to the top 3. How do you feel right now that you're already part of the Reina ng Davao Queens?
Hello po and thank you po. And to answer your question, being part of the top 20 candidates or official candidates of Reina ng Davao is a great privilege already. I was able to learn from my co-contestant, my sisters. They've been my sisters. They've been my ate for the entire month of this journey, and it's so heartwarming to meet new people and also to be able to experience this, to show what I can do to all of you, and also to have this much of support. It's very heartwarming. Thank you.
All right, so it sounds like our Reina number 19 is absolutely ready for the final question. I will read it twice. You have 45 seconds to answer, after which you will hear the sound from earlier. Are we good with our headphones? All right, looks like we are. So, your final question goes like this. I'll read it twice. Aside from our anti-discrimination ordinance, what policy measures should lawmakers prioritize to ensure the protection and inclusion of transgender individuals in Davao City? Once more, aside from our anti-discrimination ordinance, what policy measures should lawmakers prioritize to ensure the protection and inclusion of transgender individuals in Davao City?
Thank you so much. I do believe that it must start with our lawmaker because in my advocacy, I'd like to go for a capacity building workshop wherein lawmakers as well as for the healthcare professional to be informed or to have workshops so that if ever they will encounter issues like abuse with transgender LGBT community, they will be able to handle it with sensitivity and also understanding. Because I promote or I advocate for protection of LGBTQ plus community against sexual abuse because I've experienced it myself and I don't want anybody from my sister, from my community to experience it as well. And with that, no one will be left behind and everyone will be protected. Thank you.
Making it just in time, Reina 19. Perfect timing for you. Thank you so much. And congratulations on making it to the top 3. Now we will have our next finalist, and she's coming on right down, Reina number 12. How are the ears, Reina 12?
Quite, that sound was loud and, I cannot hear anything, but it is, I'm just enjoying the beat of the sound. And just like tonight, I'm enjoying. Thank you so much for your presence and for all your love and support. And of course, to our judges for sitting and being here. And to Ma'am Jean, thank you so much for being there. And to our city for embracing and elevating the LGBT community. Daghang kayong salamat.
Thank you so much, Reina number 12. Once again, we remind you that you have 45 seconds to answer the question, and when time is up, you will hear this sound. All right? Let me repeat the question twice. Aside from our anti-discrimination ordinance, what policy measures should lawmakers prioritize to ensure the protection and inclusion of transgender individuals in Davao City? I repeat, aside from our anti-discrimination ordinance, what policy measures should lawmakers prioritize to ensure the protection and inclusion of transgender individuals in Davao City?
Well, I am very happy because our city has been implementing the anti-discrimination law. However, I think the most important factor that we need to push through is the SOGI bill, because I know that in this kind of bill, we can be safe, we can have our equal rights, equal protection, and equal opportunity as a human being. It is not only for men and women, but it is for everyone. I hope that you will be educated enough, because if you are educated, you know how this bill goes. Always remember that I am a queen who wears intangible crowns and hitting two birds right now, creating my authentic crown and embracing my everlasting purpose. Thank you so much.
Wow, what a very wonderful and insightful answer from Reina 12.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Reina 12 taking on the final question and answer portion of Reina ng Davao 2025. Now, this is turning out, this is not just a bardagulan, this is not just puksaan, this is an actual bloodbath. And we have Reina 18 completing our top 3 for the final question. Are you ready?
I have no choice.
All right, maybe we can start. Once again, I'd like to remind that you have 45 seconds to answer the question. And when time is up, you will hear this sound. Your question is, aside from our anti-discrimination ordinance, what policy measures should lawmakers prioritize to ensure the protection and inclusion of transgender individuals in Davao City? I repeat, aside from our anti-discrimination ordinance, what policy measures should lawmakers prioritize to ensure the protection and inclusion of transgender individuals in Davao City?
For me, it is about the anti-discrimination in workplace because I know because rights are not privileges, they are basic human dignities. And I know people who lost their jobs, dignities, and even lost their lives just for living their truth. And so how much more will suffer before we act? I think it is the right time for us to work on this issue because if we achieve this, then we will create a world where leaders see us not just a mere label, but a life that matters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reina 18.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have just completed the final question and answer portion of Reina ng Davao 2025. Now, the fate of the